Good morning, one and all. Welcome to the weekly commodities roundup with me, Ravindra Rao from Kotak Securities. Well, it was another volatile week as market players assessed impact of deepening energy crisis in Europe and Asia, Fed's monetary policy stance, as well as Chinese economic health. Most commodities ended higher while equities managed to note some gains. US dollar index finally took a pause after a mixed US NFP print. US 10-year bond yields rose, indicating improved risk sentiment. The change in bond yields also showed reduced expectations that Fed may act immediately. The yield curve steepened as longer term yields rose more than the near term yields. The US 10-year bond yields jumped above 1.6% for the first time since June. The biggest event last week was the US non-farm payrolls data. Comments from Fed officials in the last a few days indicated that the criteria to start monetary tightening has been largely met, and market players were looking keenly at September month's job report to take a cue if Fed may start bond tapering soon. The non-farm payrolls report was, however, mixed and has added to uncertainty about Fed's monetary policy stance. US non-farm payrolls report noted a smaller than expected growth in jobs. However, prior month's numbers were revised higher while unemployment rate fell more than the expectations and earnings rose more than forecast. Last month's job report is second consecutive time that job growth has largely missed forecast, and this highlights challenges to the labor market. While Fed is unlikely to change its stance with one or two readings, increasing challenges for the global economy may reduce pressure to act immediately. On the technical front, US dollar index is hovering between 94.30 to 94.70. In fact, it has not reached till 94.70. It is trading close to 94.30. But the next resistance after 94.30 is near 94.70. So at the max, we expect the it might move to 94.70, where again it might face some kind of a resistance. Whereas on the lower side, 93.40, 93.50 would act as a good support. If 93.50 is taken out on a closing basis, it might indicate a short term top in dollar index, and it might further correct towards 90 to 90, which is a strong support. So FOMC minutes might trigger some kind of directional move in dollar index, and we need to wait for that. Coming to precious metals, COMEX gold witnessed mixed trade but ended the week little change, showing lack of confidence amongst the traders. Price rose as high as $1782, but retreated sharply and ended the week near $1750 per ounce. Gold's mixed trade is reflective of increased volatility across financial markets as market players try to assess Chinese economic health, Fed's monetary tightening outlook, and simmering energy crisis in Europe and Asia. Steepening of the bond yield curve also showed reduced expectation that Fed may act immediately. Along with gold, even silver held in a tight range for most of the week, but a late week recovery helped it end with a modest gain. Silver benefited from sharp rise in industrial metals amid improved sentiment. Mixed ETF activity and concerns about slowdown in manufacturing activity, however, weighed on upside. Precious metals may remain volatile as monetary tightening expectation may keep US dollar and bond yields higher. However, rising challenges for US and global economy amid rising energy prices, slowing economic recovery, and concerns about Chinese economy may increase its safe haven allure. Fed's monetary policy stance may remain in focus, and market players may look at FOMC minutes, Fed comments, and economic data to get more clarity. On the technical front, COMEX gold is still trading in that 1750 range. On the lower side, 1740, 1735 would act as a good support. There is a kind of an inverse HNS formation in short-term charts, and the support is near 1740, $1735. Whereas resistance is placed near 1787 initially and then 1806. So the bulls might target 1787 first and then 1806 if the prices sustain and close above 1767. So broadly, it might trade in the range of 1767, 1740 on the lower side, and break on either side might give a direction. On the MCX, 47,320, 47,350 holds a very strong resistance. If it closes above that, we might see gold testing 47,800 again. The rupee depreciation against the dollar has supported gold prices in the domestic market, and rupee, if the depreciation continues in the rupee, then we might see domestic prices outperforming the international prices. Coming to silver, silver has stayed in a tight range internationally. It is not breaching 2350 on the higher side. Neither it is going below 2210 dollars per ounce. So we expect this range to continue unless there is a clear cut breakout on the higher side, say 2340, 2350. On the MCX, 62,500 would act as the initial resistance, and if it closes above that, we might see it going higher towards 64,500, 65,000 levels also. Whereas support is placed near 60,000, which is a psychological mark, and if it closes below that, then the bears might once again try to target 58,200 levels. Well, coming to energy, energies have been the focus since past few sessions. NYMEX crude rallied 4.6% last week, and the price has risen further at the start of this week when it tested fresh 2014 highs. Similarly, Brent crude has jumped above $83 per barrel and tested the highest level since October 2018. However, we have seen some kind of a corrective dip in natural gas after moving to 2014 highs. Global financial markets have been rattled by soaring energy prices globally. Energy prices have been rising for last few months. However, the sudden sharp jump amid tighter stocks and upcoming high winter demand season has caught everybody's eye. While efforts are being made to improve supply, market confidence remains low for a significant improvement in the near term. Crude oil saw a brief dip last week amid efforts to improve supply. However, price has bounced back as market players played down possibility of significant improvement. As mentioned, NYMEX natural gas jumped to 2014 highs last week, but currently trades about 10% of the highs. Crude oil has held firm also as market players played down the possibility that US may use emergency stocks to alleviate the supply situation. Lack of any additional supply from OPEC also unnerved market players. So the momentum looks positive, and crude may gain support from tightening energy supplies in Europe and Asia. This situation might change if there is any improvement in supply or demand rationalization in Europe or China. The oil producer group OPEC may be forced to act if the price continues to rise. The US has also indicated possibility of release of stocks from emergency reserves. While market focus is on supply scenario, if energy prices continue to remain high, it may fuel inflationary pressure and dampen consumer demand. Fuel shortages may also impact economic activity and thereby demand growth. So overall, there is a lot of uncertainty, and prices are likely to remain volatile. On the technical front, NYMEX crude has sustained above the $77 breakout level, and above that, the next target comes near $84 per barrel. So there is a chance the bulls might push it towards 84, but then at higher levels we might see some kind of a corrective dip as the inflationary pressure might trigger some kind of a profit booking at higher levels. So $85 is what we are expecting on the higher side, and that should be the cap, and from there we might again see some kind of a corrective dip towards $77 per barrel, which was the breakout. In case of natural gas has formed a bearish engulfing that is in NYMEX natural gas, and now the support is near 5.20. If it moves below 5.20, then it might say it closes below 5.20 dollars, then we might see a fall towards 4.75, which is the next support. So overall, the correction in natural gas might continue, which we mentioned last week, and on the higher side, 6.40, 6.50 would act as a resistance, which is the pattern high. So any rise in natural gas might attract selling, and it might intensify below 5.25. Finally, coming to base metals. On the LME, most of the base metals ended sharply higher, led by nickel, reversing all the losses noted a week ago. Industrial metals benefited from improved resentiment and choppiness in equity markets. Industrial metals have witnessed mixed trade in last few weeks as market players await more clarity about health of Chinese economy. Market players are also assessing the demand supply impact of rising energy prices. Higher energy costs may impact production activity and thereby supply. LME aluminium has risen 3.8% last week, marking its second weekly gain in 3 weeks and moved closer to 2008 high set last month. Aluminium is the most energy sensitive commodity and prices have risen lately on back of sharp rise in energy prices in China and global market. China has already imposed restrictions on production in lieu of power shortages, and if power situation worsens, it may further impact supply. Adding to it, uncertainty about bauxite supply amid political upheaval in Guinea is also supporting aluminium prices. Technically, aluminium is slightly overstretched, but the trend is still positive. Support remains near 238, and we might see buying re-emerging at lower levels as the supply concerns are still on. And till the supply concerns are on, MCX aluminium may trade a positive. Um, in case of other metals, copper has given a breakout, a triangle breakout on the MCX, but it needs to sustain about 746 if it has to go to 765, 770. So if that happens, we might see a positive move. Otherwise, we expect a broad range movement between 745 on the higher side and on the lower side, 704 would act as a good support for the week. Nickel has retreated from the highs, and we might see a range movement between 1520 on the MCX, and on the lower side, the support may be pegged near 1440, 1450 levels. So to conclude, focus for this week will be on the FOMC minutes, and that might have an impact on US dollar and bond yields. Precious metals might continue the choppiness, whereas the industrial metals might swing both the sides. Crude oil might continue the upward momentum, but some caution needs to be exercised at higher levels as the rising inflationary pressure might trigger some kind of a profit booking. With that, I am signing off. Good luck and trade safe.